guess we'll get started. And you can just kind of check your posture, that you're sitting equally on both of your sit bones. And kind of bring some awareness to any places that you're holding tension, especially because we'll do 3 really full inhalations and exhalations just to kind of prepare our minds. And also just to calm our physiological self as well. So you can take a full inhale, and you don't want to like stress, but just so your lungs are completely full. And then at the top, just hold for 1 second and then a full exhalation. So we'll do that 3 times. And you can just bring some awareness to your spine. So being aware that you're sitting equally on both sit bones. If you're sitting in a chair, making sure that your feet are firmly planted on the ground so you can feel that grounding of the earth beneath you. And not leaning back into a chair, keeping your spine forward from the back of the chair. Just feeling like it's kind of like a stack of coins with an invisible string here pulling you up. So tonight we'll be doing purification based on Vajrasattva practice on the 4 opponent powers. So we always start with the first power, the power of regret. And so just a reminder, if you've been coming, then you hear this often about purification practice, the difference between guilt and regret. So just being really aware that when we talk about regret, we're talking about regret in the context of karma. So this is under the assumption that you have some kind of understanding of karma, but really thinking about, whatever you experience is the results of past actions. So positive past actions, positive result. Negative past actions, negative result. So if we don't want to experience the negative results, we have to purify. So it's not just like if you do a naughty thing, you'll definitely have a naughty result. You will if you don't purify, but there is this opportunity for us based on the Buddha's teachings that we can purify ourselves. So thinking about regret in that context, that you don't want to experience the suffering results and you're regretting whatever negative actions that you have committed. So you can just take a moment to think about that. You can think about very specific actions, or you can think about it more in a general sense, the negativities of body, speech, and mind. Or if you're doing this practice every day, you can think about something specific that maybe happened today or maybe this week, since we practiced together last week. A few of those things that you'd like to purify. So you can think, I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body, speech, and mind, broken my vows, anger arose, attachment arose, and all of this. And because you do not want the suffering results of any of those past actions, you're sick of that suffering. So then we start to think, what can I do? This is when we go to the power of reliance. And the first step in that is to contemplate who to rely on, our refuge. So since we're practicing in a Buddhist context here, we're thinking that we're relying on the Buddha, who is like the doctor, and has taught us methods to purify. So again, just to be really clear, it's not the Buddha who's purifying us, but we're utilizing the methods that the Buddha has provided to purify ourselves based on these methods. So we can visualize Vajrasattva above the crown of our head. And I'm going to share my screen here with an image on it. There we go. There's Vajrasattva. You can take a look, and then you can close your eyes and visualize what you've seen. And remembering, it's not this flat 2D image, but as much as you can, visualizing Vajrasattva, radiant, beautiful, translucent, light body. While this image is beautiful, it's a 2D image. So just to keep that in mind, kind of fleshing out the image that you see on the screen as you're visualizing Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. So I'm going to recite this refuge 3 times, and you can say along if you wish to, and otherwise you can just hold your visualization of Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I am enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So, and as part of the reliance, the other component of reliance is the reliance on other sentient beings, both the sentient beings that we've harmed and the sentient beings that have harmed us. So we can think about those beings that we've harmed in the past, and also think about those who have harmed us and the suffering results that they will have to experience, or the suffering that they've already experienced due to our negative actions. And you can think you're making the aspiration to purify for their benefit. So then, third power, the power of the remedy. So this is like the medicine that the doctor has prescribed. So, and it's the actual practice of purification. So we'll be reciting the long Vajrasattva mantra, which I'm going to put here on the screen. You can also recite the short mantra if you feel more comfortable with that. The short mantra is Om Vajrasattva Hum. So you can just recite that for the time that it takes while I'm reciting the long mantra 3 times. So first purification of the body, Guru Vajrasattva on the crown of our head sends this powerful white nectar into the crown of our head very strongly, like a fire hose. It's coming in so strong through the crown of our head, filling us up, filling completely. And then out of the lower part of our body, it kind of oozes out into the earth in like an inky liquid, and you can visualize that's all the impurities coming out of your body and completely disappearing into space. So we'll say the long mantra 3 times. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsa Me Shirim Shirim Kurum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Kata Vajrama Me Mutsa Vajrabawa Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsa Me Chiram Shiram Kuruhum Ha Ha O Bhagavan Sarvatata Kata Vajrama Me Mutsa Vajrabawa Ma Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dita Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsa Me Chiram Shiram Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Kata Vajrama Me Mutsa Vajrabhava Ma Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. And then you can feel really happy and rejoice that all the harm that you have inflicted with your body is completely purified, completely gone. So again, Guru Vajrasattva sitting on the crown of our head happily sends powerful white nectar through the crown of our head into our body, forcefully again enters, filling us up completely, like when you pour water into a glass and the dirty bits stick to the water and they kind of come out the top. So the top part of your body, you can visualize the negativities of speech coming out and dissipating completely into space. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsa Me Chirim Shirim Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabha Maha Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsa Me Shirem Shirem Kuruhum Ha O Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinopa Tita Dita Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakta Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsa Me Chirem Shirem Kurum Ha O Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So again, you can feel really happy and rejoice that your speech is now completely purified. Any negativities you've created are completely gone. Then Guru Vajrasattva, still on the crown of our head, sends powerful beams of laser light into the crown of our head, filling your entire being with light. So you can think of a light switch going on. So when the light comes on, all the darkness, all the purifications are completely purified, completely dispelled. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsa Me Shirem Shirem Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsa Me Shirem Shirem Kuruhum Ha O Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dido Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarva Karma Sutsa Me Shirem Shirem Kuruhum Ha O Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So again, you can feel really happy and rejoice. Any negativities of mind have been completely purified. Wow. Then we'll do this final purification. And the example that's often used is it's purifying of the imprints. So the tiniest negativities. It's a bit like when you have something smelly, an onion or a garlic in a jar, and you take the garlic out, but the smell is still there. So that's what this last purification is. It's purifying the tiniest imprints, the tiniest smell. So again, we visualize Guru Vajrasattva sending light into the crown of our head that fills us up completely and completely purifies even the subtlest imprints of negativities of body, speech, and mind. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinopa Tita Dito Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsame Chirem Shirem Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarvatatakata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhawama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinopa Tita Tito Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsame Chirem Shirem Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarvatatakata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinopa Tita Dito Mebawa Sutukaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsame Chirem Shirem Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarvatatakata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Tita Dito Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anurakto Mebawa Sarvasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sarvakarma Sutsame Chirem Shirem Kuruhum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sarvatatakata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabhama Samaya Sattva Ahum Pe. So now you can really rejoice and feel completely purified. Not one atom left of any negativities left. Even the most subtle we've purified. So now we can resolve, or make a resolution to not engage in these negative behaviors again. So this is really one of the most important steps in the four opponent powers. And I think it's really important to make a realistic resolution. If it's something that you really struggle with, you could resolve not to engage in that negativity for, 5 minutes, or something that's very manageable to you. Maybe you're going to go to bed soon, so maybe overnight, if it's something manageable. So you make some kind of resolution not to engage in those negativities for a certain period of time. And then, some of the really hardest ones to resolve not to engage in for you, you can also just aspire to not engage in them. Put in effort. So we'll take a minute to do that. So then we can think Guru Vajrasattva is very pleased with us. And melts into the crown of our head, absorbing into us. And whatever level of union that you understand. You can think about Vajrasattva becoming one with us, one with our mind, whatever level, wherever you are in your practice and understanding of those concepts. And if that feels really foreign, you can think about the goodness and the white light of Vajrasattva just being incorporated into your own being. So just kind of think about that for a moment, meditate on what that might mean or what it means to you at this stage. And then we can do a dedication. So it's great to rejoice in your virtue, coming here tonight, making it to do the practice together. And we can dedicate all of that merit for all sentient beings in whatever way you kind of understand that. And I put the dedication prayers on the screen. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may bodhicitta, from which the happiness of all sentient beings comes, be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second. And that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may emptiness be generated in the minds of self and other sentient beings without delay, even for 1 second. And that which has been generated, may it increase. As a result of the 3 times merits of myself and others, may I, who am empty from my own side, achieve Guru Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are empty from their own side to that enlightenment, which is empty from its own side, as quickly as possible by myself alone. And then we'll do His Holiness's long life prayer. The wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparable kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech. May all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers, honoring the 3 jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. We actually finished right on time tonight. Thank you so much for coming.